Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, I have shown you how to design this one and how to backend code for this. So if you have not watched my previous video, then just go to description. There I put the link for my previous video, or you can simply do one thing, just click on the suggestion on the right side of the screen. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to design for this employee payment and how to backend code for this. Okay, so without wasting any time, let me just show you. This is a complete project, that's why this button is actually working. So let me close this one and move to the project on which we are working. We are working on hostel management video, and here let me start this one and show you quickly. So it will actually take a little bit of time because it's starting for the first time, so it will take a little bit of time. Okay, so here it's started now. Sign in, and here you can see this. When I click on this, nothing happens, but till here this one is working fine. Okay, so let's start with the designing of this one and backend coding of that. First thing what we have to do is we have to actually add new form to our project. For that, you know what to do. Just go to Solution Explorer, right click on this, click on add, and after this you have to just click on form, this one, and you have to just give it a name. So I'm going to name this one employee payment. Okay, it's taking time. Okay, so employee payment, hit enter. Now here you can see new form is added with the name employee payment. First thing what we have to do is we have to actually remove the form border. For that, right click and go to properties. Let me maximize this. And after this, what I have to do is I have to actually remove the form border style. For that, go to form border style, change this one from sizable to none. And after this, we have to change the back color for this one. So for that, let me close this, click on this and copy the color code 151, 48, 103. So do like this. Hit enter. After this, I have to copy the size of this form from the complete project. So move back to the complete project, click on this. Let me copy the size. Size is 875, 512. So search for size, write 875, 512, and after this we have to add one label. So let me drag and drop one label, please. So label, search for this label and drag and drop it over here. And first thing what we have to do is we have to set the text for this one. So I'm going to set the text, that is nothing but employee payment detail. Hit enter. After this we have to actually, here you can see this in the complete project, it's a style from the border style, actually something like that. So it's a fixed 3D. So click on this and search for style. You will find that border style. Here you can see this. Just click this one and select 3D. And after this, let me just actually copy the font of this one and the color code as well. So for color is orange and the size is, let me just check that, size is 22. Okay, so move back over here, click on this, for color, change the text color first, and after this change the font. The size is 22 and font is Algerian. Yeah, okay, here you can see this. Now this one is looking better, and now it's looking similar to that one. You can change the color as per your requirement or as per you would want. After this, what we have to do is we have to add few text boxes and labels and buttons. Okay, so I'm starting with this label first. So search for label and drag and drop it over here. Change the text for this one. Before changing, let me just change the font to 11 and it's Century Gothic 11 and hit OK. After this, change the font color to white. Click on this one, click on custom, select white. Okay, after this we need actually total of number of six labels. So copy this, paste, 4, and one more. We need 6 labels. So start changing the text from the first one. So change this one to mobile number, the second one to name, this one to email address, this one to designation, and this one to month, and finally this one to payment amount. Okay. After this, what we have to do is we have to actually add few text boxes, one date time picker, and few buttons, and one data grid view. So let me start with the text boxes first. So I'm going to drag and drop, not this one, I'm going to use this Guna2 text box. Okay. After this, what we have to do is we have to make few changes in the properties of this text box. So just click on this, and first what I have to do is I have to change the font color. It means that whatever written inside this one is gray by default, so I'm going to change this one to black. It means that whatever you write inside this one needs to be in black color. After that, what we have to do is we have to set the font size for this text box. So it's Sergio UI 9, so I'm going to change this one to 11 as well. Click on OK, and here you can see that the size is quite large. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back over here, click on this, and I'm going to copy the size of this text box from here. So the size is 268,30. So copy this, move back over here, click on this, go to properties and paste the size, or you can manually write it 268,30 like this. And now this one is looking better. After this, what we have to do is we have to add few more text boxes. So I'm going to just copy this and paste it once again. When you copy and paste it, the properties you have changed is also copied. Okay. So after this, I'm going to copy the size of this one, 547,30. So click on this, hit enter. In the same way, we need 2 and 3 more. So copy, paste, paste, and one more time we have to paste this. After this, I need one date time picker. So I'm going to use this Guna2 date time picker like this, and I'm going to maximize the still over here. Okay, so change the size to 30. Yeah, now this one is better. After this, what I have to do is I have to change one property of this Guna2 data grid view, date time picker. That is nothing but, let me just check that where it is. Here you can see this, the format is long, change this one to short. And now you can observe that the day is now removed from this date time picker. After this, what we have to do is we have to add few buttons over here. So let me just decrease the size of this one. The size of this one is little less, like this. Okay. After this, I have to add one data grid view. So let me first add that. So I'm going to use this one, Guna2 data grid view over here. So just drag, okay, just drag this one like this, and just make this stretch. Like this. After this, what I have to do is I have to add few buttons. So first button, I'm going to use this Guna2 button as well. So move back over here. First, I'm going to use this. Actually, I'm going to change this one to close button. Okay. So click on image, local resources, import. I hope you all have downloaded all the images which I have provided already in the description of this video. Open. Okay. Change this one size to 30,30. Hit enter. After this, change the back color, the fill color actually. Copy this one. And here you can find this fill color. Change this one to 151, 48, 103. Minimize this little bit like this. And after this, what we have to do is you have to change few more properties of this one. So hover to state, you have to select over here the fill color like this. Okay, so now this button is ready. After this we have to add few more buttons, so let me drag one more over here. So just click on this. First remove the text and type something else like search, and here what we have to do is we have to change the font. So select this one and size is 11. So it's actually Century Gothic. Select this one, italic 11. Okay, after this what we have to do is we have to change the fill color. So change the fill color to 0,118, 225, and you have to select search for the border radius, change this one to 21. Oh, sorry, it's 21. Hit enter. After this, let me copy the size of this button from here. So click on this, copy this, move back over here, click on this, size is quite small. I need to actually copy the size from this button from here, 116,36. So click on this, paste it, hit enter. Now this one is looking better, but we have to change the border radius a little bit, decrease the size of border radius as well, so that this will look fine. So search for border radius, change this one to 18. Yeah, 18 is better. After this what we have to do is we have to set the image. So click on this, local resources, click on import, and just select this magnifies glass, this one, search. Okay, and here you can see this. Now this button is looking fine. After this we need two more buttons, so I'm going to copy this one and paste this one two more times. So copied, then paste one more time like this. Okay, so let me move this one a little bit on the right side like this, and change the image and text for this one. So click on this. First I'm going to change the image. So for P salary I'm going to use this one. Click on open, click on OK, and change the text, change this one to P salary, and change the image for this one to clear. I'm going to use this one, hit OK, change the text, hit enter. Now everything is, the design part is ready. First thing what we have to do is now we have to connect this with the dashboard. So dashboard is over here. Okay, so move down a little bit, click on this, and first thing what we have to do is we have to change the design name for this one. Change this one to BTN employee payment. Just double click on this and this will generate a click event for that. So employee payment EP is equal to new employee payment, and finally we have to call EP.show. Now this one is connected, but one small issue. In previous videos I've already shown you that whenever this load, it's load in the default location or anywhere randomly. So what we have to do is we have to set some location for this one. So for that, just click on this empty space and this will generate a load event for this one, and here we have to set the coordinates. So this dot location is equal to new point, and I have to set the position 350, 170 like this, and save this. Now start this and let's check if that works or not. I have started the project. Okay, so it's now started. Here you can see this. When I sign in and when I click on this, yeah, this pops up. But one small issue is still remaining. I don't want these dates. I want only month and year. So how to do that? For that you have to code something on this form load event to customize this. And here you can see, observe that there is, this one is actually a big space over here, so we have to arrange this properly. Okay, so one step is arranging, a second to customize this one. So let me do that, these two stuff. Okay, so let me close this. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange this one like this. Just shift this a little bit upside, and here you can see this. Now everything is on the proper difference or proper space. Okay, after this what I have to do is I have to actually change the design name for this one. Okay, so let me change the design name for this one too. Month, date, time. Okay, now when on load event, what I have to do is I have to actually customize that date. I need only month and year. For that, month, date, time is the name of that, and we have to set the format is equal to date, time, picker, format dot custom. Like this you have to write, and after this what you have to do is month, date, time dot custom format. So what custom format we want is, we want only month, and y. It means that month and year. Now start this and let's check if this works or not. Sign in, click on this, and here you can see this. Now we have only October 2020, and this one is looking nice. Okay, so next thing what we have to do is we have to actually, okay, so let me code for this button as well. So double click on this, and okay, so we haven't changed the design name for this one, so let me remove that click event for now. Just move back over it, change the design name first, change this one to PTN, exit. After this, just double click on this. This is going to be a click event, and this dot close. Okay, so now that button is functional now. Okay, before backend coding for this one, first thing what I have to do is I have to create a table in which I have to store the data related to the payment. So move back to the database, and here you have to write this one. So let me just maximize this one a little bit. Create table, and table name will be employee, S is capital over here, salary. Make sure to write this properly, and make sure hostel is selected over here. Here you have to mention mobile number, begin type, and it's a varchar. F month, it means that which month, and it's a varchar type and size is 60 because month character is limited. You cannot exceed that. Not null, it means that it's required. Amount is a payment, and it's begin, and it's also not null. The data is going to store in this format. Here you can see this. Okay, so you have to do one thing, just write this, select like this, and click on execute. Okay, so we already have this table, so I'm not going to execute this. Okay, now moving back, I hope you have written this and executed this. Moving back to the project, first thing what we have to do is we have to change the design name for all the text boxes. So click on this and change the design name to txt mobile. So search for the name. Here you can see this, txt mobile. The second one to txt name. Third one to txt email id. This fourth one to txt designation. The name for this one we have already changed that, month, date, time. This one payment amount, change this one to txt payment amount. And finally we have to change the name of these buttons. So this one is btn search, this one is btn pay salary, this one is btn clear. Okay, So first thing what we have to do is we have to code for this one, search button. What I want is when I click on this, it needs to be fetch the data, and these data needs to be visible. Name, email ID, and designation. Okay. Just double click on this and this will generate a click event for BD and search click. First thing what we have to check is, I want to check that if this text box is not empty, then only we need to perform some operations. So first I'm going to check if txtmobile.text is not equal to null. If it's null, then what we have to do is we have to write the code inside this else condition. If text box is not null, it means that if text box contains some data, then the code inside the if block will be executed, and if the text box is empty, then this else block of code will be executed. So here I'm going to show a message to the user that message box.show enter some data, like this. And this is information or warning, it's okay, information. Okay, this is a message box name, that is information, and this message box needs to have some button. So message box button dot OK, and have some icon. So message box icon dot warning, like this. Now let's check if this works or not. So let's start this. I have started the project, and now sign in, employee payment, click on this, enter some data, and this one is working. If I write something inside this will work fine. Here you can see there's nothing happens because in the if block we haven't written anything, and you know that we have coded for this exit button. So when I click on this, the form is closed. Okay, this one is working fine. Okay, now we have to code inside this if block. Okay, so what we have to do is we have to write the query first, and before we write anything over there, so first I'm going to create a function class object. fn is equal to new function. In previous video I have shown you how to create this function class and which methods I have created in that function class. So if you have not watched my previous video, just watch the video from the beginning. Okay, and I'm going to take one variable, so string, and I'm going to name this variable query. Okay, so now two stuff I have done over here is function, fn is equal to new function, and created one variable. After this, what I have to do is I have to write our query over here. So query is equal to, and what query we have to write is we have to fetch the data for that mobile number. So which data I want only three stuff. Here you can see this. I need name, email ID, and designation. So select e-name, e-email, these are the column names. You can match this with the database. E-designation from table name. So table name is nothing but new employee, where e-mobile is the name for the column, mobile is equal to double quotes plus double quotes, and here we have to mention, we have to fetch the data from txtmobile.text, like this. Now our query is ready. Here you can see this. Let me explain this query a little bit. Select e-name is the column name for the name column, e-email is the email column name, e-designation is the designation column name, from table name is new employee, where e-mobile is actually the column name for mobile, and we are going to fetch the data from the text box. Now our query is ready. Next thing what we have to do is we have to call the method fn.getData, and inside this one we have to pass the query. So this query is going to be fired on the database, and that method, that getData method, is going to return a data set object which is filled with the data which we need. So that data needs to be stored somewhere. For that we have to create a data set object. Data set ts is equal to fn.getData, like this. After this, what we have to do is we have to check that if that mobile number is wrong. Suppose someone entered the mobile number 5600 something which doesn't exist in our database, then we need to know it that this no record exists. It means that this, if there is no record, then this DS dataset will be empty. So we have to check that if DS is not empty, then only we want to perform some operation. So if ds.tables 0 dot rows dot count is not equal to 0, it means that it has some data. Then what we have to perform? In the else condition, I have to show the message. So we have to write message box dot show. Inside this one, we have to mention no record exists. Information, and I need buttons. So message box button dot OK, and icon needs to be information. Dot information, like this. And finally we have to put the semicolon over here. Now the stuff is ready. If there is no record, it means that DS is empty and this message will be popped up. Let me just show you. Sign in, click on this one, and I have entered something wrong, and when I click on this, it fetch the data and it shows no record exists. Here you can see this. And when I try to enter the valid data, that is, I have shown you 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 is a valid one. So when I click on this, nothing happens because in the if block we haven't written any code over here. So what you have to do is, now this data set contains some value, so that value needs to be shown in the text boxes. For that, we have to just call txt name dot text and is equal to ds dot tables 0 dot rows, that is 0th row, and we have fetched only 3 data. So the first data will be 0th and 0th at 0th position. After this, we have txt email address dot text is equal to ds dot tables 0 dot rows 0 dot toString. After this, we have txt designation dot text is equal to ds dot tables 0 dot rows 0, and this one is 2 dot toString. I made one mistake. You have to change this one to 1. Save this and now start this. Sign in, click on this, search for 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 and search this, and here you can see this Kumar, NL, and every data is appeared over here. Next thing what I want is, when I search, the data needs to be visible over here, and all the salary, it means that all the amount which we have paid in previous month to this person needs to be visible over here. So how to do that? For that, we have to write one method. I'm going to write that method. Actually, we have to actually set the data to data grid view multiple times. That's why I'm going to write a separate method for that. I'm going to name this one public void set data grid, and this one is going to accept int 64 mobile. Means that whenever you want to set the data grid view for a particular mobile number, then you have to just pass that mobile number, call this method and pass that mobile number. If you are just confused that what the thing I'm doing, so not to worry, I'm just writing and I will explain everything to you. Okay, so set data grid view and it's of int mobile. So you have to write the query, same thing, nothing big. So we have to actually select star from which table. This time we have to select star from employee table. employee salary table where mobile number, this is actually the table name, and one column name, that is mobile number, and is capital, make sure you write that, is equal to plus plus like this, and we have to mention mobile inside this one. Now our query is ready. Whatever mobile number is passed inside this one as argument, and that mobile number I'm using over here. Now we have some mobile number. After this, what we have to do is we have to just call that on the data set. Call that on function. Okay, so data set ts is equal to fn dot get data, and we have to pass the query. So here we go. Now we pass the query. After this, what I want to do is I want to actually set that now we have the data in the data set. So next thing what we have to do is we have to set that data to the data grid view. So data grid view name is guna to data grid view 1 dot data source is equal to ds dot tables 0. Now our method is ready. That's what we want. Okay, just save it. Okay, so just keep this in mind that we have written the stuff over here, and I'm going to explain you right now. Okay, so what I want is, now when I click on this, you have seen that the data is being shown inside these three text boxes. Now what I want is, when I click on this, with the help of this mobile number, I want to fetch the employee salaries detail and needs to be shown over here. So in double click on this, and inside this one we have to just pass that phone number. So set data grid view, and inside this one I'm going to pass that data. So that data is needs to be in int64 format. Okay, so for that what we have to do is we have to actually convert that into the integer format. So int64 dot parse, and inside this one we have to write txt mobile dot text like this. What I have did over here is I have fetched the data, that is the mobile number, from this text box and converted that into an integer type. This line is to convert that into integer type, and that mobile number is passed to the set data grid view, this method. And here I have written the query, and that mobile number is fixed over here, and it will be fired. This query is being executed on the database, and this get data method is going to return a dataset object that's going to store the data inside this dataset, and finally that data is being shown inside this data grid view. I hope you understand. If you're not, then please contact me on Instagram and follow over there, and please subscribe and hit the bell icon. I'm going to resolve your issues. Okay, so start this and let's check if this works or not. Sign in, employee payment 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, search for this, and here you can see this for 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 August. For August I have the payment, the salary is already paid. Here you can see this. Yeah, this one is working fine. Okay, after this what I want to do is I want to code for this piece salary. So just close this and move back over here, just double click on this, and this will generate a piece salary click event. After this what I have to do is, first thing I have to check that if txt mobile dot text is not equal to null, and the second thing is txt amount payment txt payment amount dot text is not equal to null. These two needs to be checked. So what is this? I want that when I click on this, these two text boxes not needs to be empty. Okay, so that task is done. After this what I have to do is I have to fetch that if that employee got the salary for that month or not. It means that, let me just explain you in detail what I'm going to show you. Just sign in, employee payment 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Search for this one. Here you can see this, the amount, the salary for month August is already paid, August 2020. If I try to pay again for August, I want to get some error, August 2020. If I want to pay error, then the message needs to be popped up that the salary for August 2020 is already paid. If this one is paid, I want to fetch and match the data. Is for August 2020 the salary is paid or not? So let me close this and let me do that. First thing, I have to write a query. What query I have to write? Let me just explain you. I have to write select star from employee salary, S is capital, where mobile number and is also capital is equal to double quotes plus double quotes, and mobile number is txt mobile dot text, and you just put a space little bit. After this you have to just write like this, and f month is equal to single quotes, double quotes, plus double quotes and single quotes, month date time dot text. What it means, let me just explain you. Select the star from employee salary. Employee salary, we have to select the stuff from the employee salary. We have to select all the stuff. Okay. If that txt mobile and month exist, it means that suppose I have written 5,000 and I have selected the month August, and again I try to pay the salary, then that query will be fired, this one, and it will match that. If the data is matched, it means that if August, for month August, and the salary exists for that mobile number, it means that this data set will be have some value. If this data set, let me just show you that data set ts.fn.get data, and I'm going to fire this query. Okay, so suppose someone just pay the salary for month August. If that the salary is paid, it means that it will be stored in the employee salary. When I try to fetch the data with the help of mobile number and for a particular month, it means that August, if this data, if these two stuff is matched, then that data will be fetched and this JS will be filled with that data. So in that case, what we have to do is we have to just check if ds.tables 0.rows.count is equal to 0, then only we want to pay the salary. It means that if this ds contains nothing, then only we want to pay the salary. In the else condition, I want to show one stuff like, let me just show you, message box dot show payment of like this. We have to write month date time dot text is done, and this needs to be a information message box button dot OK, message box icon dot information, like this. Let's see if this works or not, or let me just explain you that what I have trying to explain throughout this one. So started this. Now the things will be clear, not to worry. So click on this and I'm going to write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Search for this one, and here you can see this August is over here. So for what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back over August 2020 and trying to pay the salary. Here you can see this for August 2020 for this mobile number, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 already exists. When I click on this, Payment of August 2020 is done. If I change the month, we can now pay. Here you can see this. When I click on this, nothing happens. When I move back to the August, when I click on this, payment of August is done. It means that now understand, for the same month we can't able to pay again. Now I hope you understand this. Let me close this. Now I hope you understand what I have did till here. After this, if that for that month the data is not filled or the payment is not done, then what we have to do is we have to just, first thing, we have to insert that into the database. So how to do that? For that, we have to first fetch the data from all the text boxes we need to insert. So first thing is int64, that is a mobile, is equal to int64.parse txt mobile.text. After this, we need something called month, is equal to month date time dot text. After this, we need amount, that's in the integer format begin from. So int 64 amount is equal to int 64 dot parse txt payment amount dot text, like this. Now we have all the data which we have to insert into the database. Next thing what we have to do is we have to just write the query, and here we have to write insert into employee salary and values. We have only 3 columns inside this one, and in all of these 3 I'm going to insert the data, so that's why we don't need to mention column name over here. Okay, so employees, if you write in that way, that will be fine, but this is also fine. Okay, so values, and here first thing is mobile, that is in integer format, so double quotes, plus plus, double quotes and comma. Here we have to mention mobile. After this, we have to insert the month, so that is also, that's a varchar, so single quotes, double quotes, plus plus, double quotes and single quotes, and here we have to write month. After this, we have amount, that is integer type, so double quotes, plus plus, double quotes, and inside this one we have to mention amount. And our query is ready. Next thing what we have to do is we have to just fire this query into the database. So for that, fn dot set data, and we have to mention the query, and inside this one we have to pass one message, whatever we want to show to the user after the payment is done. So we have to just show salary for month date time dot text is paid, like this. Now start this and let's see if this works or not, and we will cross check with the database as well. So click on this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, search for month October. I want to pay this one 6,000, pay salary. Okay, so we encounter some error. Let's check. Okay, this spelling mistake, I have did a spelling mistake in your values, so I'm going to stop this. So move back over here, it's values. Now start this. Sign in. Click on employee payment 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Search for this one. For month October, I want to pay this one 6,000. Pay salary. Salary for month October 2020 is paid, and click on OK. And here you can see this. Instant updation of this one is not done. I want to instantly update this one. So how to do that? For that, what I have to do is I have to just call the method that is set data grid, and inside this one we have to pass the mobile. That's it. That's what we have to do. And let me just check with the database that if that data is updated or not. Here you can see this phone number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 October is pinned. Now move back over here, just start this and let's check. Sign in, employee payment 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, search for this one, and here you can see this October. I want to pay this one for September and 5,000 and pay salary. Okay, and here you can see that it's instantly updated and this one is looking better. Next thing what we have to do is we have to code for this one, that is the clear button. When I click on this, I want to just clear all of these text fields and as well as this one, data grid feature. So how to do that? For that, let me just close this first and close this one too. After this, what we have to do is we have to just move back to the design part and just double click on this to generate a quick event for the clear button. And I'm going to actually write one method, public void clear all txt mobile dot clear txt name dot clear txt payment method amount dot clear txt designation dot clear txt email id dot clear, and finally we have guna to data grid view dot data source is equal to 0. When I set this, that data grid view will be cleared. And one more thing, that is month dot reset text. This will bring that to this month. Okay, so just start this. Oh sorry, I missed one stuff over here. I have to call this method inside this button click event. So let me stop this and call this method over here. So clear all. Now start this. Sign in. When I click on this 1 3 4 5 6 5 6 7, search for, and when I clear, here you can see this, everything is clear. Okay, search, and this one is working fine. When I click on this pay, nothing happens because this one is empty. Okay, so everything is working fine guys. That's it for this video guys. In the next video I'm going to show you how to design for this one, all employee working, and how to backend code for this. So just stay tuned and share this with your friends and follow me on Instagram too. Thanks for watching.